Scorpio, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What is good? What it do? Time for your weekly check-in. We gonna see what's happening with you guys in the third week of September. So it's a weekly check-in, so it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you need a personal reading, you can always go straight to my website, tarotwithrich.com. But I do have a link for that right down here in the description of the video. All right. Okie dokie. Let's jump into this. I don't want to do a lot of babbling. I got a lot of work to do tonight. Let's see what we can tell you about your situation and the person you're dealing with in the third week of September. What can we tell you? What can we tell you? Oh, shit. Well, this is weighing on you pretty heavily, obviously. And it might be getting to a point where it's starting to become obvious. Maybe. I get a feeling that some of you are probably, maybe not all of you, but some of you might be being approached. Friends, family, co-workers. Hey, everything all right? You good? It's starting to become obvious that something's bothering you. It's weighing on you pretty heavily. I love it when I say it and then the card comes out for it. Because that wasn't even the card that I normally use to say that. But this is. So, I think you and this individual are mirroring each other. So, when we get something like this that comes out, that's mirroring. Y'all are kind of mirroring each other. So, how? I don't know. Usually in situations like this, though, it's usually the silence. Like, I'm waiting on you, you're waiting on me. You know, whatever I'm feeling, you're feeling. Whatever you're feeling, I'm feeling. And it's one of those things that when you get stuck in a mirroring cycle like that, it's hard for it to ever really fucking go anywhere, honestly. But it does look like you're still moving forward, still moving on from this. Pushing on, moving forward. If you're wondering if communication's coming in, it doesn't look like it. Like I said, I think y'all are mirroring each other. Queen of Wands. Maybe for some of you, it's a little bit of a stubbornness competition. That happens to fixed signs all the time. Some of you dealing with a Leo. Could be an Aries for some of you. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. I think a grudge is being held here too. Yeah, this is pretty fucking heavy, man. It's weighing on you. People can tell. You may or may not care. I don't know, but let's see how they feel about you. How does this person feel about Scorpio, universe? What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? That means they got their mind made up. And of course, your fixed sign ass got your mind made up too. Are you dealing with another fixed sign by chance? A fellow Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, or Leo? Doesn't have to be, but I'll tell you one thing that fixed signs seem to encounter a lot is people who want to engage in a stubbornness competition. Because we fixed signs, I'm a fixed sign too, we're stubborn by nature. We don't put thought into it, right? That's just how we are. When I make a fucking decision, that's my fucking decision. You're not going to change my mind. I'm not going to change the way I do things just because you don't fucking like it. You know, that's the way I do things. That's the way I fucking see things. That's the decision I made. And if you don't like it, tough fucking shit. Get the fuck out of here then. If you don't like it. That's the way we roll as fixed signs. And that's just natural. That's just the way we are. Now, other signs, usually cardinal signs, but, you know, a lot of other signs take that as a challenge. I'm not challenging you. That's just who I am, you know? It's not a threat. It's not a challenge, you know? But some people do take that as a challenge. So what they want to do is they want to put their foot down and be more stubborn than you. Because they're trying to do back to you what you're doing to them. But little do they know you're not doing anything to them. Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying? But yeah, some of you could be dealing with another fixed sign, fixed sun or moon, you know. All right, well, yeah, see? The stubbornness competition. It might be what I title this video. We'll see. Yeah. Man, I tell you what I don't have. You know what I don't have? Cups. Not one. Not one. I do not have one single cup on the table. Not one. So if you're wondering whether or not this person is in love with you, I would say no, I don't think so. I would say no, I don't think so. Ooh, my phone's finally done updating. I'm on the iPad right now because my dumbass thought it would be a good idea to do the iOS 26 update when I'm in the middle of a heavy work day. And I'm like, duh, I'm fucking working. So I had to bust out the iPad. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, so this doesn't really go much deeper than that. We're hitting rock. You know when you're digging a hole and then you hit concrete? That's kind of what I got here. So I guess let's get the advice. What's the advice for Scorpio? What is the advice? Ooh, Five of Swords reversed. Ace of Swords reversed. Death card. So, hey man, I'm going to tell you what. And this sucks. Okay, so when I say things like this, I'm not coming from a place where sometimes spiritual public figures have ways that they teach and explain things that I feel like reaches the audience in a way that it shouldn't. When I say things like this, I am not saying that it's easy. I'm not even saying that I fucking agree with it. I'm not saying that I like it. I can't stand it. I hate this goddamn planet. I can't fucking stand it here. I hate being stuck in a human skin suit. I can't stand the fucking human earth game. I don't like being a human, okay? And I don't like it here on earth. Let's just get that. So I'm not trying to say this is easy. I'm not trying to make you feel stupid for not understanding this. I don't fucking like it either. I'm here with a mission. It's the only fucking reason why I'm here is I came here to help during these times. Once I'm done with my job, I'm the fuck back on my home planet. Fuck this place. However, the healing process is incredibly fucking painful. It sucks. Ass. 9 kinds of ass. If you're feeling good within the first year of a breakup, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. Healing does not mean I let go, I moved on, I forgot about it. It doesn't bother me anymore. It doesn't hurt anymore. That's not healing. That's running and that's hiding. Most people who think they're healed are not. Most people who are healing don't fucking realize how much healing they're doing. Just know that this is part of the process. Again, I hate it. I totally get it, dude. I can't stand it. It sucks. But you're not doing anything wrong. I get so many people that come to me and they ask me, what am I doing wrong? What am I not seeing? What am I missing? Nothing. Nothing. You ain't doing nothing wrong. This is how the path goes. It sucks. There's parts of, I'm not saying that it's all horrible and negative and doom and gloom, but there are a lot of things regarding the awakening process, the spiritual process, the healing process, the manifestation process. There are a lot of things that it seems like lots of people don't like to talk about. You know? They don't want to talk about the bad things. They don't want to talk about the negative things. All they want to talk about is the fluffy, duffy love and light. They want to make you think that all they do is sit next to a waterfall and shit rainbows and drink green tea all day and never get pissed off. They never have a negative thought. They never feel any negative emotions. That is a crock of horse shit. It's not uncommon for you to reach a part of your path that is going to suck ass. So what you're going through right now is actually very normal. And it's very necessary. Because you don't realize how much healing you're doing. You don't realize how much growth you're doing. Now, I think it's a little early on to be able to tell right now. But if the energy kind of sits stagnant like this for too long, a lot of times what will happen is the universe will give you an opportunity to reconnect with the past. And then that's when it all comes rushing back. Have you ever done that thing where you watch a movie as an adult that you haven't seen since you were a little fucking kid? You know? I don't know about you. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 88. So my childhood was in the 90s. There was a handful of 90s movies that I loved when I was a little kid. And then just never watched again. And then like a couple of years ago, one would come to mind and I'd be like, oh man, I haven't seen that. Like, okay, you know, all right, look, here's a good one. You know how at the end of every video, I say, I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. I don't know where I got that. I remember it was a movie and I forgot where I got that from. You know where I got that from? Toothless. You remember that movie? Remember that movie? Toothless with Kirstie Alley? Where she's like a dentist and she gets hit by a car and she's like, she lived I guess a not too good of a life. So she had to serve her time in limbo as the tooth fairy. And while she was awaiting to see if she would get to go to heaven or hell. And when she very first showed up there to that limbo place or whatever, she was saying something like, so when am I going to find out? When is this going to happen? The lady goes, sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. I saw that about 6 months ago, and I'm like, dude, that's where I got that. I've been trying to remember where that came from. I didn't know where I dug that up from. Anyway, the point is, I hadn't seen that movie since I was 10 fucking years old. That was, let's see, I'm 37 now, right? So 10 years ago, 27 years ago. Good God. You watch that movie for the first time since you were a little kid, you see things from such a bigger perspective. Things that you didn't even understand back then. Now, when you see it from your heightened perspective, it all makes sense now. Because what you have in your mind was the recording that was made from your old perspective. Once you do some growth, once you gain some wisdom, once you do some evolution, you revisit it and you see it from a whole new perspective. And a lot of times the universe will give you the opportunity to do that with people from your past. you know? So you still have the picture in your mind of who you thought they were way back when. You don't realize how much healing you've done. Then you revisit it. And it's just like watching that Disney movie. You know, when you're in your late 30s that you haven't seen since you were 10 years old. It's like, dude, I didn't even realize that that's what this movie was about. It all makes sense now. You see what I'm saying? All right, it's gear shifting time. We're going to see what's going on with the singles and the person that you're interested in. What's happening with the single Scorpios? Anything good, anything bad, anything at all? 9 of Pentacles reversed. That's a weird ass card to jump out straight out the gate for the singles when your love interest. Three of Cups, shit, of course. 3 of Pentacles. I'm starting to think there might be, oh shit. Yeah, I think there's a third party involved. Yeah. Now, here's another thing that I'm kind of seeing. Some of you may be dealing with a situation where somebody is being dishonest about their financial situation. I'm just going to throw that out there. That may not be all of you, but I think there's some of you probably know who you are, where this individual is maybe trying to make it look like they make a little bit more money than they do, you know, and just something just isn't quite adding up. But Devil card, 7 of Swords, 3 of Cups. Oh, there's a third party involved, 100%. Some of you may know about it. I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully this isn't one of those situations where the person's in a relationship and you know about it. God damn it. God damn it. I'm sure maybe there's a couple of you. And I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to say that if you're fucking somebody who's already in a relationship, you got a hard lesson to learn. You got a hard fucking lesson to learn. Promise you. Now, you might, not you could. You're going to learn a lesson. Not going into that, though. But there's definitely somebody else involved here. Look, where'd they go? 3 of Wands. Where'd they go? Oh, yeah. 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 3 threes. With the Devil card, 7 of Swords, and the fucking codependency card. Bro. Somebody here is a toxic fucking codependent. Somebody is. Somebody wants to have their cake and eat it too. Some of y'all dealing with somebody at the workplace, possibly. Could be a Leo. I also have Taurus, Cancer, Capricorn. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see how they feel about you, dude. Hang on a second. Let's clear the air real quick. Let's clear the air. Let's see how they feel about you. Chariot reversed. Fucking codependency card again. So you're dealing with a codependent, dude. Emotional codependency doesn't intrinsically mean lonely, clingy, and needy. I know that's the first thing we think when we hear that. And yes, it's very common for that energy to express itself that way through a person, but that's not what it means intrinsically. All it means intrinsically is I need a lover, a love relationship, or a sex partner to fill the void in my heart, make my loneliness go away, make me feel better about myself, make my insecurities go away. I need a person to make me feel better about myself, basically. It's the in a nutshell version. 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups. This person's a game player. I guarantee you they got a DM full of other people. Full of other people. Especially those of you fucking with somebody that's already in a relationship or already married. You think you're the only one they're fucking with? Really? You really think that they're going to be loyal to you, but not the person they married? You think you're the only person they fucking with? Shit. I don't want to get into that, though. Just saying, that may only be 1 or 2 of you. If you're pissed off at me right now, you're probably the one I'm talking to. When you throw a rock at a pack of dogs, the one that yells is the one you hit. So, yeah. No, this person, I think, is a certified piece of shit, regardless. 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Let's see if any advice wants to come through here. Ooh, there we go. Well, see, Knight of Wands, man. Well, all I'm going to tell you is this. You're being tested. You're being tested. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. You're being tested. Now, there are several reasons why that's all I'm going to tell you. I mean, on one hand, I can't give you the answers because it's a test. But on the other hand, even if I did give you the answers, it wouldn't matter. You can't cheat your way through a spiritual test. You just can't. You can't. You can't. This isn't like school where you can just keep cheating your way through and getting all the answers from your friends and this and that. When it comes to your evolution, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter what psychics you talk to or what readings you get or what advice you get or what manifestation techniques you use or what little energy tricks or magic that you use. If you ain't ready, if you didn't learn, you wouldn't make it in the next level anyways, you know? So you don't pass a test until you're ready. That's all I'm going to say here. This is a test. And you're going to be tested more than once. We all get tested more than once. I'll say that. Just know that. Know you're being tested. And know that even if you say, all right, fuck this, I'm walking away, just know you're going to be tested again. Most people are tested somewhere in the ballpark of 3 to 5 times before you level up. For many different reasons. There are different dynamics, you know, of lessons that you learned in different areas and this and that. But just know that you're being tested. That's all I'm going to say, okay? All right, well, I feel like those were the messages that my Scorpio family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is down here in the description, all right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.